Did you notice these details in Marvel movies? The last one was missed by 99% of people. First, in Thor Ragnarok, when the giant wolf Fenrir charges into the Asgardian crowd, Banner transforms into the Hulk and saves everyone. You can see a dent on the Hulk's chest. This matches the wound he received in the Incredible Hulk, when the Abomination pierced him with a bone spike. Second, in Avengers Endgame, when Thanos snaps his fingers and leaves using the Space Stone in slow motion, you can see a green glow around his wound. This shows that he is using the Time Stone to heal himself. It also explains why later scenes of Thanos show him with no scars. Second, in Avengers Infinity War, when the Guardians throw a grenade at Peter and Tony, both of them activate their helmets at the same time. If you look closely, Peter reacts faster thanks to his spider sense. For Tony and Captain America actually prove each other wrong in the Avengers. When Cap says,
"You're not the guy who made the sacrifice play,"
Tony proves him wrong by sacrificing himself to defeat Thanos. And when Tony says,
"Everything special about you came up a bottle,"
Cap proves Tony wrong by wielding Mjolnir. 5. In Avengers Age of Ultron, when Ultron first appears, the strange noise he emits affects almost all of the Avengers. Only Iron Man stays clear-headed and reacts immediately. That's because Tony has been through this before. In Iron Man, a weapons dealer used a high-frequency sonic weapon to paralyze Tony. What other hidden details have you noticed? Feel free to share them in the comments. Have you realized that MJ might die in Spider-Man A New Day? Think about a scene in Spider-Man No Way Home. The amazing Spider-Man leaps desperately down a building to save Peter's MJ. This scene perfectly echoes Andrew's greatest failure as Spider-Man: The Death of Gwen Stacy.
I lost Gwen. She was my MJ.
Could MJ be Peter's Gwen and meet the same fate? The Marvel Universe has countless iconic parallel moments. Could this be something that every Spider-Man has to go through? Let's go back to Peter's first life cycle. In Captain America, Civil War and Homecoming, it was about the person who gave him his identity. Tony taught Peter, with great power comes great responsibility, showing him what he needed to do. Then Tony passed away. The second life cycle occurs in Far From Home and No Way Home. It's about the person who defined who he is. Aunt May helped Peter hold on to his inner goodness, teaching him how to act. Then Peter lost Aunt May. So the death of Mary Jane Watson will test whether Peter can uphold his identity. This is the third Spider-Man life cycle. Although Andrew couldn't become what Gwen wanted, our Peter will never become cold or vengeful. MJ and Aunt May both want him to be a Spider-Man who is neither bitter nor vengeful. Peter will forgive himself for his failures and ultimately complete his true transformation into Spider-Man. Why did Bruce Banner turn back into a human in the Spider-Man 4 trailer? When Peter Parker couldn't control his own evolution, he turned to Banner, who was teaching at a university, for help. At that point, Banner was in his regular human form. However, in Avengers Endgame, Banner had fully merged his intellect with Hulk's body. So why did he revert to his human form here? Take a closer look at the suppression device on his wrist. This might explain everything. Remember when Banner said this in She-Hulk?
Because, I made this little device which keeps me in human form.
The reason is that if Banner continued using Hulk's body wherever he went, he would be seen as a superhero, constantly interrupted by fans wanting pictures, making it hard to live a normal life. That's also why, as early as in Shang-Chi, Banner had already returned to his human form, and his injured arm began to heal. However, in She-Hulk, even though Banner's arm had healed, the suppression device was fragile. Even a small injury could cause him to lose control and transform back into Hulk. So, in Spider-Man 4, if this device breaks, or if Banner deliberately removes it, what we'll see won't be the calm Professor Banner, possibly Grey Hulk, or even Savage Hulk in new forms. Are you looking forward to seeing this moment happen?
You ready?
When Spider-Man's oxygen was about to run out,
"We're too high up. You're running out of air."
That makes sense.
we know that Tony gave Spider-Man this suit of armor to help him.
Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here.
Happy trails, kid. Friday, send him home.
Oh, come on!
Although this suit also uses nanotechnology, just like Iron Man's armor, why doesn't it have a reactor? Let's take a look at Pepper Potts' rescue armor. You can clearly see the glowing reactor on her chest. Tony has mastered this technology, so why didn't he give Spider-Man the same upgrade? Because not all nanotech suits rely on a chest reactor. In Avengers Infinity War, Tony's nanotech armor was built for full-scale combat. It was packed with high-powered thrusters and devastating weapon systems. All of that required the massive energy of an arc reactor to let Tony handle everything. But Spider-Man's nanotech suit is completely different. It's designed to stay lightweight and responsive. It focuses on AI support, relying on tactical awareness and basic protection. It doesn't need heavy firepower, so it doesn't need a reactor to power it. There's also a little thought from Tony behind this. When Peter is in his room, we can see that his suit is charging. It's connected to a controlled charging pod. That's because Tony designed it that way for his protection. The idea is to prevent Peter from being on long missions alone. He has to return home regularly to recharge his suit. Many people miss this detail. When Thor shared his power with the children,
"And shall possess, for limited time only, the power of
giving them godlike combat abilities for a limited time. He did it because he couldn't defeat the monster on his own. But if Thor can share divine power with others, why didn't he just share it with the Avengers? After all, at the end of Infinity War, we saw that Thor was fully capable of killing Thanos. And in Endgame, with Thor's power, even Captain America could briefly overpower Thanos, leaving him completely defenseless. So wouldn't that have made winning much easier? It's not that Thor is unwilling to share his power. If you look closely, when he summons the power of thunder, he's holding Zeus's lightning bolt. And when he shares his power with the children, the lightning we see is yellow. But Thor's original power is blue. So Thor likely shared Zeus's power with the children, not his own. Then there's the matter of the children's adaptability. The children are Asgardians, their bodies can handle it. Most of the Avengers are ordinary humans who wouldn't be able to endure it. There's another detail in the film. Jane, in order to help Thor, transferred all of her power to him, which ultimately caused her to die of cancer. At that moment, she turned into golden dust, just like when Thor's father Odin died. This actually means Jane had already become a god. And after Jane died, she went to Valhalla, the place where gods go after death. There, she met Heimdall, who had passed away long before. I wonder if Jane will return in future movies. Have you ever noticed that Black Dwarf, Thanos' strongest general, has one of the most tragic fates in the Marvel Universe? First, we see him go head-to-head with Iron Man in a one-on-one fight. Tony is completely overpowered, getting slammed into the ground over and over again. Even when Spider-Man joins the fight, the battle is still intense. They're almost evenly matched. Black Dwarf almost kills Iron Man twice. Then Wong shows up and teleports him straight to a frozen wasteland, cutting off one of his arms. But even that still doesn't stop him. Later, he returns with a mechanical arm and fights Banner in the Hulkbuster armor. In the brutal brawl, he gets dragged across the entire battlefield, and finally crashes at full speed into Wakanda's energy shield. The impact causes a massive explosion, and he dies in agony. Most people probably think that's the end of his story, but it's not. In the final battle of Avengers, Endgame, Black Dwarf charges into the battlefield once again, and the moment he appears, Captain America, wielding Mjolnir, knocks him down with one hit. Then Drax attacks him from behind. Then Iron Man. Just as Black Dwarf is about to land a killing blow on Tony, Spider-Man suddenly yanks him down from below. Ant-Man accidentally steps on him as he runs by. And after Tony snaps his fingers, Black Dwarf turns to ash once more. Here's a detail that a lot of people have missed. In Spider-Man: No Way Home, when Tobey Maguire's Peter first appears, take a close look at his shirt collar. It's noticeably high, completely hiding the Spider-Man suit underneath. It's like he's not even wearing it. But later, in the lab scene when the three Spider-Men meet, he slightly lifts his shirt in front of the other two Peters, and the suit is clearly visible. And in the final battle, if you pay attention to how they enter the scene, there's a neat little detail. The order they appear matches the release order of their movies exactly. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the last one to show up. And honestly, that moment wasn't just about the action. It felt like the true highlight of the film's storytelling.